Greetings. We are the Pleiadians on Earth. You may ask why we came to Earth. What is the value of this for us? The fact is that the civilization from which we came was once created by our teachers, representatives of Sirius. In turn, we once invested a lot of forces in order to create a human civilization. Perhaps you already know that your civilization is not the first on Earth, and the first civilization on your planet was also created by the Sirians, the divine beings who laid the single plan for the development of the Earth. You call the second civilization on your planet fabulous. Its numerous representatives, races, are descendants of all civilizations present in the Milky Way galaxy. It was then that the human race on Earth began its existence, and we were its ancestors. Therefore, you are genetically very similar to us. We have many common features and features. After the fairy tale era, the human epoch itself has arrived, and you, today's representatives of human civilization, have inherited not only our genes, but also the genes of all other races that existed together with you, and now exist in parallel worlds. Nevertheless, the features inherent to us, the Pleiadians, are still manifested in you quite strongly and determine the tendency of your development. We want to talk about these trends and related upcoming events with you. Earlier we talked about how the transition went in our civilization. It was in many ways simple for us. Thanks to the support of our teachers, we passed it easily and without hindrance. Your transition will be in many ways similar to ours. You need to go through the same stages. First, you need to feel and understand what a delicate plan is due to the discovery of extrasensory perception. And, in fact, many on Earth have already begun to master these qualities, and we are very happy about it. The only question is how to make these qualities of understanding and feeling a subtle plane useful to your life. How can a thin plan help you achieve your goals, or make your life more harmonious? After all, while it turns out that, gaining a connection with the subtle plan, some of you may lose ground, and these qualities may not so much help as distract such people from everyday life. Yes, we understand you, and you yourself told about it. Our task is to help you pass this stage most harmoniously, effectively for each of you. This stage is a transition from the third level of consciousness to the fourth. What will your life be like after going to this level? Imagine that everyone learned to materialize their dreams and desires almost instantly. In fact, your inner world, the world of your imagination, this is a subtle plan. This is how you perceive it. Moreover, you create it yourself. Your thoughts and emotions are the building material for your delicate plan. You yourself are responsible for what happens in it. It may be difficult to believe so quickly, and we ourselves did not believe right away. And, of course, it is best not to believe in it, but to check it in practice. Everything that you build on the thin plane, sooner or later is displayed on the physical. Just while this process is not very fast, and you do not notice, but with the increase of vibrations on your planet, the process of materializing the subtle plane will accelerate and become more visible. This trend is an integral part of the transition process of your consciousness. So, in order to make the transition of consciousness, first you need to do two basic things. First, you need to feel the subtle reality in its entirety, and feel how you create it with your thoughts and feelings. And, secondly, to realize how these changes on the subtle plane affect your whole life. About how to do this, we will talk and representatives of other civilizations. What is the value of this transition to the fourth level of consciousness? Your thoughts and desires will be realized very quickly, and, of course, you can realize a great deal of what is important and valuable to you. You embody your desired reality in the physical world. All your goals, global plans and even the smallest desires will be realized. Doesn't this look like a beautiful fairy tale? Probably most of you will agree with us. And at the same time, you can ask, how can this be done if each person wants his own? Will we not be the results of our intentions to disturb others? Will our world turn into chaos because of the realization of our desires? Of course you are right. This is really the most important question. And before you learn to realize your desires instantly, you need to think about how to do it harmoniously in relation to others. And, most interestingly, your relationship with others is the key, the means for realizing your goals. It is due to the fact that the embodiment of your dreams will be supported by the intention of many other people. It will materialize so quickly. Therefore, to understand and feel each other is no less important task than to understand and feel the subtle plan. We want to share with you that it was also a great surprise for us when our teachers showed us various manifestations of supernatural possibilities and amazing pictures of the materialization of desires. They said that in order to translate this into our reality, You need to do very simple things: support each other and understand, rejoice at your successes and the successes of others. And now we, as those who help you along the way, also suggest starting to take simple steps, available to everyone. In fact, the ability to feel each other and understand is the preparation for the transition to the fifth level of consciousness. This discovery of that feeling of unity, harmony, which we told you about before. We live in it, and we know that the time will come when it will become a very simple and natural state for you. How will the transition process take place on your planet? As we have already said, at first there will be a process of preparation. When you begin to increasingly understand the subtle plan, to recognize its features and capabilities, you will see what wealth for your development it stores. You will learn the possibilities of improving technologies, art, life, devices throughout your social world. After all, everything that you know now and what you use is a small part of what is possible. But as soon as you fully experience that the world around you is much larger and richer than the physical reality in which you exist, your real boundaries will expand significantly, and you will begin to embody new opportunities. Their range is infinitely huge. Of course, we ask you to remember that it will be realized exactly those opportunities that matter not only for someone, but for all others. And we are sure that soon enough you will have an understanding of just such paths of development. Your very life will change a lot. You will begin to use new knowledge and opportunities everywhere, which will open to you the understanding of the subtle plan. Imagine a science that is based on the study of the connection of your consciousness with the physical world. As we have said, it is your consciousness that determines physical reality, and scientists are already beginning to understand this connection, for example, in quantum mechanics. But after some time, the most valuable discoveries expressing this relationship will be made, and this will affect both the worldview of all mankind and the technology. For example, you can control a computer and other devices with the help of thoughts. A new internet will be created, for which no physical media will be needed, and the resources of your consciousness and the subtle plane will be used to store and transmit it. Colossal changes will also occur in art. Music will take on a different form. It will not be based only on notes or other well-known forms, but will become more changeable and multifaceted. It will increasingly reflect the impulses of your soul, will become even closer to your heart. Education will also change a lot. You will not have to learn everything that was discovered a century ago. Of course, you will need to master the basic knowledge necessary for life and society, but then each person will learn on his own, based on his desires and needs, and everyone will be helped by this. His teachers. Yes, everyone will communicate with his higher self, with other spiritual teachers who will help him realize his mission and the tasks for which he was born. It will be an inner learning, one might say, spiritual. Next, a person will need to find out what will help to embody his spiritual tasks in physical reality, and it will be exactly in this that external, physical training that everyone will have is their own, individual. After all, everyone needs their own tools to translate their intentions into life. And the realization of these tasks that each of you already has will be at the same time a favorite thing, a hobby, and a salary. The most interesting thing is that all these new technologies and amazing changes are not something artificial. All these new opportunities are a reflection of the naturalness of nature, the laws by which it exists. Nature has implemented the principle of a harmonious relationship between all creatures living in it, about which we told you earlier. All its processes are based on the possibilities of the subtle plane, and every organism living in it is closely connected with subtle reality. At the same time, all natural processes are very harmonious and outwardly very simple. We want to assure you that this is in fact very simple. Your nature will take care of all changes in your reality, a reflection of your inner, spiritual essence. And you just need to trust her, listening to the call of your heart. After all, it is your heart that knows what naturalness, beauty and harmony are, and there is not much point in thinking about these categories for a long time. But it makes sense to feel it and act so that the whole being is in these vibrations. In the future, we will share with you many more of what is useful to you on the path of transition of your consciousness. We love you as very close and dear to us creatures, the Pleiades on Earth.